Hey, so yesterday was the Super Bowl, okay? It came and it went. And I just want to hit a quick few points. Welcome back to another episode of the MD Investor, where all month we're doing black wealth. We're looking at black wealth. And the most important commodity that we have is not our money, not our clothes, not our house. The most important commodity we have is our time. Once it's spent, you cannot get it back. And these big businesses, including the NFL, sports and entertainment, it may not seem as if you're paying anything, but you're paying with your time. Okay? So they get you with their commercials and they get you with their advertising because they need eyeballs on their screen. And if you're watching that and being distracted by that, guess what? You're not done. And if you're watching this and being distracted by all the lights and all these about who Taylor Swift is dating, and that's what you're not focusing on. You're not focusing on you and your family. Let's hit some high points. And again, this is for the mature people out there, right? Some people may say, oh, you're going too far. Hey, if you can't deal with it, turn it off. Don't watch. This is not for you. But this is for the people who are trying to improve themselves in 2024. Because we all have a limited amount of time. And once it's gone, you can't get it back. Right? We all have a limited amount of time. And if you want to increase your time on something more productive, on something that's going to pay you dividends, increase the value of your life so you can get the outcome you desire, you may have to remove or cut time from something else. Right? And what they're doing is stealing your time. And you're getting nothing in return. So let's look at the NFL as a whole. NFL, obviously, the big business. You are not able to get a piece of their profits. Most of your profits, obviously, tell you here, is through television. So this is where they get most of their revenue, from the TV, right? The NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, right, sets the goal of $25 billion in annual league revenue by 2027. That's his goal, $25 billion. Where are they coming from? Most of it from the TV contracts. Thursday Night Football, partner with Amazon, $1.3 billion per year. Sunday Afternoon Football, CBS is the partner, $1.85 billion. Sunday Afternoon Football with Fox as a partner, $2 billion. Sunday Night Football with NBC, $2 billion. $2.7 billion with ESPN and ABC, and $2 billion with YouTube TV. Lots of money. And like we said, the NFL is not like Pepsi or McDonald's, where you can buy stocks and get a share of the profits from the dividends. Private, right? Except for the Green Bay Packers. If you research, the Green Bay Packers is a publicly held not-for-profit structure, meaning you can buy stocks in the Green Bay Packers Incorporated when stocks are offered, but these stocks do not go up in value. There is no dividends paid. As a matter of fact, I think you have to pay $35 for mailings that you may get. So it's a kind of a weird structure. One of the teams that was in the Super Bowl was the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs payroll. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback. Base salary, $9.8 million. So let's see, he's making $9.8 million base salary. And then signing bonus, $6 million. Then some other bonuses, roster bonus, $34 million. I think it comes up to about $58 million. So let's see what $58 million is. $58 million. $58 million. If he's getting paid, I'm going to divide it by 26. So if he's getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, that's about $2.2 million every paycheck. $2.2 million every 2 weeks. $2.2 million every 14 days. And even if you take half of it for tax, That's still about $1.1 million every 14 days. $1.1 million every 2 weeks. So that's almost like 1.1 million every 2 weeks. So about $2.2 million every month. And this is after taxes paid. Travis Kelsey, the other one they talk about, right? He's getting $12 million base salary. And then you got another $660,000 for roster bonus, another $250,000 for workout bonus, restriction bonus, $2.5 million. It totally goes to about $15 million. He's getting about $15 million, right? And let's look at his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. I said her net worth, Taylor Swift's net worth, about $1.1 billion. I think they said in all of her earnings for 2023 with about all of her earnings for 2023 with about $1.8 billion. The movies and the concerts and everything were $1.8 billion. So Travis Kelsey compared to her, she's in poverty. Let's look at the other major player. Usher, right? Usher was singing, right? I didn't watch it, but they said Usher was singing. Now let's look at Usher. We see here Usher, the net worth of $250 million, and down here it says net worth of $180 million. Right? Let's cut it in the middle and say net worth about $200 million. Okay? All right. The average black family net worth is $17,000. The average black family net worth is $17,000. That's after you take all their assets minus their liabilities. $17,000. The average white family is 10 times as much, about $170,000. He's $200 million. Let's look at the average black man's salary. So the annual median income. So half of the income is above that, and half of the income is below that. Smack in the middle, the average black man annual median income, $46,000. Half of the black man's income is above that, half is below that. $46,000. Patrick Mahomes is making, after taxes, we said about $1.1 million every 14 days. You're making the median $46,000 in 12 months. And I need to get myself out of this situation. And I need to get myself out of this situation. I need to get my family out of this situation. You're hitting me with this stuff about Taylor Swift and her plane is now coming in and landing in Las Vegas, and Travis Kelsey, and they're showing the camera, and Roger Goodell is saying we love Taylor Swift. Every time the camera shows her, the NFL makes money. And my average median income is $46,000 a year. You tell me this is Patrick Mahomes' third Super Bowl. My average net income is $46,000 a year. I think the issue with most people is I really just don't think both black people are angry. They really are not even angry of the situation that they're in, bottom of everything. And they look for these 3-4 hours to just veg out and just zone in. You know who won the game yesterday? I tell you who definitely did not win the game yesterday. You, all the people all the millions of people, and I'm just talking about black people here now, who this number represents, who are rooting for millionaires and billionaires about a game that they're not involved with at all. I didn't watch the game and I had no effect on it, and it had no effect on me. You guys are watching a game in which you're not involved. See, that's what the masses have been brainwashed into doing. The masses have been brainwashed into watching a game in which they have no vested interest. You are the one that's not going to win. San Francisco didn't lose the game. They got revenue. Their team is making millions. Their owners are making millions. Their players are getting bonuses. Some of them for making it to the Super Bowl. They're all millionaires. How did they lose? Oh, they didn't get a ring, a trophy. And this money that we were talking about, their salary and so and so, has nothing. That's only their NFL money. If you're a star like Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, who can get commercials, that's separate money. That's separate money. But you don't, so that's multiple streams of income. They have their NFL money, and then they have their commercial endorsement money. What multiple streams of income do you have? $1.1 million every 2 weeks. $58 million. And you're making $46,000. And I'm not supposed to. And you're and in addition to that, now you're going to steal my time from me by over advertising to me to have so I can have FOMO, fear of missing out. Is there going to be another Super Bowl next year? Oh, okay. Is there going to be another divisional playoff next year? Oh, okay. There's going to be another season next year? The 2024-2025 season? Oh, okay. What did I miss? What did I miss? What important did I miss pertaining to me, my family, my dreams, my goals, my aspirations? What did I miss? So the water cooler talk. Oh, okay, he did. Okay, okay. He did this, or he's going to Disney World. Where I'm not even in it at all. You're not in it at all. I mean, and I know they drive the advertising for that reason because they know that you're not involved at all. You're a spectator of life, spectator watching somebody else win, and you got your favorite. And now to pour gas on the fire, you have all these billionaire athletes. You see them all over TV with this DraftKings and all of this gambling to get the people who are barely making it to take the little penny they have. After the government taxed the heck out of them, whatever's left over, I want you to go put money down here. You have comedian Kevin Hart and them. You take your $25 and put here. Pimping out their own people. Good God Almighty. Woo! I told you this one wasn't gonna be the usual one. May get pushed back, but I'll tell you right now, Rosa Parks did not get up on that bus because she was upset. She was angry. And what it is, there is no anger, there is no fire, there is no frustration. They're just so absolutely beaten down and have no aspiration, no drive. And it's just, what else am I going to do? You know what Patrick Mahomes did? Now that today was the day of the Super Bowl on Monday, and Travis Kelsey and whatever the girl named Trick Taylor is, and Usher, you know what they did on Monday? While you were going to work, while you were saying I stayed up too late, I got to get up and go to work, they were relaxing. That's what they were doing. Their season is over. And you gave them the eyeballs and the attention, the Nielsen rating that they needed. Now I can lay back. You go to work. And you couldn't even get a piece of the NFL. You couldn't even buy one share even if you wanted to. So, for the adults, they may say, yeah, brother, I hear you. You know, this is something I do. You know, just chill out. You know, you kind of overreacting. Yeah, but you know what? That may be true. But to your children, to your son and your daughter, they're not adults. They're being indoctrinated into this thinking that I work and then my leisure time I give it to somebody else. That's what they're doing, right? You know, you're not giving them money. You're not giving the NFL money directly unless you're buying jerseys or pay-per-view or going to the stadium. But you're giving them your time. And yes, this was a one day event, but you have to look at the bigger point I'm making. The bigger point I'm making is that there is 16-game season. And then there is the talk shows before the game, after the game. You know, the analysis. Now that the season's over, there's going to be the analysis of now, okay, will they be able to maintain their team? Will they be able to, win again and create a dynasty? The trade deadline. What team is going to go here? what coach is going to get fired, and there's a whole in between and before the preseason start, and then did other sports. The same thing with the NBA. I'm not gonna leave them. The same thing with the NBA. I'm not gonna leave them off the hook. The same thing. Just the intricate details of the injury and LeBron, and he's 40 and he wants to play with his son and his son, now they're showing all the USC games. Only so that we can now give our time away to another generation. You gave away too much time already to LeBron, and it gave us nothing. I bought Michael Jordan's book years ago. I wish I would have bought, I don't know, Investing for Dummies. I wish I would have bought something by Warren Buffett. I wish I would have. But of course, I'm not. I'm also under the fact that we're all under. I wish I would have bought some personal development book. I wish I would have. But, growing up in the society and the culture and your zip code, so I bought the Michael Jordan book and I'm looking at the pictures and all this stuff. Did nothing for me. Yeah, see, his game preparation didn't anything for me. Couldn't buy a stock of NBA back then. I would have been better off if I would have bought some personal finance book at that time. Michael Jordan retired. He's now one of the richest athletes out there. Net worth $3 billion. Just gave his wife, I'll put in quotation mark number 2, a $10 million for the $10 million villa or something for their 10-year anniversary, while we are stuck with his old jerseys, books, and, But like I said, our children are growing up, and the effect on them is going to be more permanent. And our children are growing up under the same effect. That it is normal to not read. It is normal to not study. It is normal to not develop ourselves. It is normal to not have goals that we aspire to achieve. It is normal to give away time that you are not at work, just to entertainment and sports. It's normal to be poor. The only people who can be rich are the ballers and the entertainers. And that is such a terrible mindset to give them, right? The terrible mindset to give them. We're telling them that the only way things are going to change is if you change it. Tell my kids, you're in charge of your time. You are in charge of your time. In 5 years from now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be saying I missed the 2024 Super Bowl. I had no chance of winning, so I didn't watch it. My child wasn't playing. I didn't watch it. It's another game that they overhype. Right? There are 32 teams in the NFL. Each of them plays 16 games, plus some of them play playoffs. So there's multiple games. This game is no different than any of them, but they overhype it. So they can sell the commercials at astronomical level. But, like I'm saying, every one of them in different situations. That's why when you watch a sports game and the team that is behind in the fourth quarter, they're in desperation mode because they know time is running out and time is limited. They're behind and they're helter-skelter and they're swarming, while a team that's ahead can relax. Yeah, if you're doing well financially, your family's good, and your net worth is, relax, fine, do whatever. But if you're behind and your net worth is 17 grand and the other community is 10x your net worth, you have no time to be wasting 3-4 hours. And like I said, I'm just talking about the Super Bowl, but when you multiply that over all the games, right? The baseball, the football, the basketball, multiple games during the week, the weekend, and the postseason, the preseason, and watching all of the analysis of these sportscasters and debating, you realize you are too far behind to be wasting your time on this nonsense. Like I always tell people, if I could miss the entire NBA season and I can maybe start watching in the conference finals, and be fine. Really. I don't need to watch. There's 82 games in the NBA. I'm not even watching half of it. I don't need to watch 10% of it. You know? And then, yeah, you watch your conference finals, maybe a couple of game sevens. You really don't need to, because you're not getting that time back. You're not getting that time back. So, I know this one's a little different, but we're doing black wealth. And the first thing, but we're doing black wealth. Dave Ramsey said personal finance is 80% behavior, only 20% head knowledge. I agree. That behavior, one of the behavior is I'm getting my time back. I'm getting my time back. I'm going to read more. Where are you going to read more? I'm going to get my time back. Turn the TV off, right? I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to start doing stuff that's productive, getting good habits. And that's how you do it. This is the MD Investor with another video trying to increase our financial IQ so we can teach our children and break the cycle of generational poverty. MD Investor out.